Well, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. Or something like that. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, welcome to the den. I am your host, Ed Honcho, man. I'm glad that you are be able to join us in the den community this evening. We're going to have an interesting conversation tonight and just see where it goes. Been so much other malarkey going on. I've grown bored with all the nonsense. Figure we kind of go left field for a little bit. We haven't had one of those den-esque well, I wouldn't call it Kush Den, but den-esque old school type conversation. So, but man, it is an honor. It is a privilege, and again, like I said, those days I do miss. I see, what a privilege it really is. But most of all, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every evening, Monday through Friday, and random Sundays, I guess now too. But let's see what we got joining us. Let's get into some good conversation. I won't take up too much time talking, but I just have a few thoughts because some notable quote unquote sex workers in the industry have popped up, kind of in the, I won't say in the news recently. Well, one in the news, one in social media news. So that's like this weird bizarro world. But let's see what we got joining us. Kay Grace, the Lady Grace, how are you this evening, ma'am? What's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Miss Grace, how are you? Jess Sarah, the lovely Miss Jess Sarah, how are you this evening, ma'am? Miss Bell, hope all is well, Miss Bell, how are you this evening? John, my favorite New Yorker, what's the motherfucking deal? Mike Rock, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, Shamnad Abdul Wahab, I'm probably fucking it all up. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Mr. Cultured, how are you this evening, sir? The Dawn of the Discord, what's the motherfucking deal? Sweetberry, yeah. Honorable mention, Kenneth, what's the motherfucking deal? Desolate, AK, what's the motherfucking deal? How are you this evening, sir? Beyond a funny nigga, what's the how would you feel, Beyond, if there was like an account that was exactly like yours on Instagram, right? I mean, it's like exactly like yours, except it was white, and it was called Beyond a Funny Wigger. How would you feel about that? I'd like to know your thoughts. Let's see. Joke Biden. That's terrible. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I mean, I'd be out in the sun, shit, you feel me? Jason S., what's the motherfucking deal? Bad and Bougie, how are you this evening, ma'am? What's the motherfucking deal? I hope all is well. Footballer 503, what's the motherfucking deal? D the Gamma, how are you this evening, ma'am? I hope all is well. Reported as a hate crime, that's funny. So that's terrible. Joe Biden promoting on the den. I wonder if he knows that his campaign dollars are being frivolously wasted. I don't know. No, there's some Biden voters in the den, so that's all good. So tonight we're talking about sympathy for sex workers, right? And I don't know if y'all knew, but I stumbled across this accidentally. That Ron Jeremy, I think 4 women are asked 4 counts of, I think, sexual assault charges being levied against him. I don't even know what to say about that, right? I mean, he's the hedgehog. I mean, he's Ron Jeremy. I mean, if you get in the vicinity of Ron Jeremy and you're a woman, well, you just kind of got to accept the consequences, right? I don't know. But no, honestly, I don't know. It seems weird. How... I guess, I have to go look at each individual case and see what it is. But, I wonder if they're related anything to, anything adult industry related. And, how thin is that line? Say a woman goes in for, a part, right? We'll say an actress, to be an adult actress. And let's say she gets there and maybe some auditioning is required, right? And then she declines, or maybe she's nervous or whatever, right? And so maybe there is some type of, I don't know, physical interaction. She rejects it and she says, hey, you know what? Change my mind. I'm up out of here. Like, at what point is this auditioning and then, harassment? Like, does it change? Is it like, well, because of the type of environment you're in, this doesn't count? Like, and so I'm wondering, I'm not trying to, I probably am, even though maybe subconsciously, so I'm making an excuse for the hedgehog, but, him being an adult entertainer, it just seems like it's a gray area, right? It just seems like a very, very gray area. Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi is here. YP in the building. And Mr. Calhoun. Hello, sir. I have no sympathy for you. Yeah, and that's also, right? And I'm glad you mentioned that, coaches. I did want to get into that too, because that's kind of where I really want to go, is not the hedgehog possibly being a harasser, maybe, I don't know. Is it falsely accused? Is there some confusion? I don't know. I just think that's a weird thing. Maybe he didn't know when to turn it off. But then you have that, right? Because I think Mia Khalifa was trending on Twitter today, and this is what really originally started the conversation. Shout out to Hector. And I stumbled across the Ron Jeremy information while, looking up photos of Mia Khalifa, who is on the thumbnail. So, Mia Khalifa alleges that, she was only in the adult industry for a few months, right? I think somewhere between 3 to 6 months, something like that, right? And I find it odd if that was the case. She was only there, she blew up, I guess, relatively quickly. I don't know how or why. I don't know what caused the interest or whatever. And now, she's moved on to other things. I think she does, I don't know if she does like e-game commentary or she does some kind of sports, something, whatever. So now, I guess she's kind of miserable and wishes that, that part of her past would no longer be there. She's talking about she didn't really make any money doing it. And I read somewhere a lot of those shows really don't make any money. You have manager / agent, whatever, I guess. They get their cut. Depending on how much it's been arranged for. Then a lot of them have to make sure they keep themselves checked. They have to make sure they keep updated with their looks. They have to do all of these things to be relevant. Those things cost money, so they end up really not having a lot of money, right? And so, but forever, once you do something like that, you put on the internet, it's forever. It is what it is. It doesn't go away. It's always out there. And especially somebody like her, it is what it is. So I think somebody posted something about Pornhub putting up, $20,000 for a video without your face in it. And she commented, it's not worth it. And I guess, people began speculating, how miserable she was. And I get it. And I said, I could get it. Maybe you were young, you were stupid, you were just doing some wild stuff. And you didn't really think about the consequences, I don't think younger people really look at the long-term effects of what the internet. Maybe they just don't realize like how big the world is, or maybe because we've always been connected, it doesn't seem like a thing. Like the perspective is different, or maybe there's a different view. But so now she has these regrets, right? And people say we shouldn't make her feel bad for whatever. I don't know if anybody's making her feel bad. Maybe they were trying to make her feel really good, apparently from what I've I've heard. I mean, excuse me. But no, bullshit to the side. Like, so should we feel bad for people who decided, hey, I may have done something, but I didn't really mean to do it, right? And in most cases, mistakes, I would say, yeah, people make mistakes. But I think this is one where even if like you did want to say, okay, you know what, you made a mistake, we're not gonna talk about it. It just doesn't go away. It's the internet, right? It's fucking things that don't. So like you gotta just have to live with it and keep it pushing. Like Kim Kardashian does it all the time. She's amazing. She would have made a lot of money after that shit. Like you gotta figure out how to do that kind of thing. But honestly, you know, now that she's working with some other little things, like does she get those positions if she wasn't, you know, Mia Khalifa? And I think I think she was getting married recently. So I mean, all the other stuff for the most part, I guess, you're living a normal life. But why even still go by the name that you did those actions, or why not change it? Like, so obviously you still want some level of attention from those actions. You just don't want to be known for the things you did. And so for that, like honestly, we live in reality, and again, you know what the fuck you're doing. It is what it is. You enjoyed it. The problem that she really had with the shit is that she just didn't make enough fucking money, and so now she's not happy with what she's doing currently. And to know that you still got all that other shit floating about, you just kind of look like, wow, I wish I would have made more money doing that. I almost, and I'm not like wishing on a downfall or hating or anything like that, but if she did adult entertainment again at some point in the near future, I would not be surprised. Like, even while she's saying all that stuff, right? So uh, that's just kind of what the fuck, um, you know. So I just think that's kind of where it's at, So it is what it is. Um, what the hell are we in here? Again, I apologize. What am I talking about, Professor True? We're talking about sex workers. That's the topic of the conversation tonight. So, and so my thing is, like, she knew what she was doing, and she's capitalized off of it. Whether she's going to openly admit that or not. Like, I think those additional opportunities that she's gotten, that she's received, come from, her being who she was. And again, she may be talented, she may be skilled, she may be an adept commentator about, whatever sports conversation or whatever else it may be. But let's be honest. If I'm a so-so sports entertainment site or channel or whatever, I got a budget and I can pay a little bit of something or whatever it's going to be. We say, well, how do we keep male viewers' attention more? Well, let's go get fucking former adult film star, Mia Khalifa to talk sports if she's willing to do it. And motherfuckers going, oh, well, fuck yeah, right? So I'm not saying that she's not skilled or talented or is able to, do whatever. But what I am saying is that I know for a fact that those things have had benefits for her. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah, I saw. Oh, it was him and it was another one. It was two. Hyde, right? Didn't Hyde get hit with some sexual? Man, oh, fucking A. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. That's what I'm saying. All this other super world, everybody hates everybody, depressing news. We got a lot of pedophiles out there that are just, they are really, they're really getting them, right? But something happened with Hyde too. Like, didn't a couple of chicks accuse Hyde of fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like Hyde, like something to do from that '70s show. Like something happened with a couple of chicks accused him of sexual harassment. No, not Carlos Hyde. Let me see. What else was it? Christy Elliott. The thing about him was crazy because on Workaholics, right? And he played the fucking pedophile or whatever, Topher or some shit. And it was super fucking funny, right? Like, oh, it's really fucking funny. But then you find out it's probably true. It's really fucking. But he was always like a weirdo. Like, who was it? I think they said Justin Bieber was like his favorite fucking comedian. But the dude's humor was real weird, and it's like I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. He just I don't know, man. He was like he wasn't really that funny of a wasn't really a good stand up guy. Maybe with other stuff, but like I said, that episode of fucking Workaholics, it was hilarious, right? But then it turns out he's a real pedophile. That's not cool at all. Yeah, him. I had a thing from fucking that '70s show, and then somebody else, Mr. Keith. What's the motherfucking deal? Uh, and who's this Broderick guy? Um, what? He's a terrible person. Yes, with the potato gun, right? Exactly. That was a great Workaholics was a great show. Like I don't know if people appreciated Workaholics as much as they should. Them dudes have a movie on Netflix, and I started watching it. I was actually kind of entertained. I have to finish it. I had to finish. But maybe we need to have a Netflix party with that. We still got to do the movie thing. I keep talking about it in the karaoke. Like I think something weird happened with the Den Facebook group. Like I think somebody in another group posted a link about the Den doing karaoke because I've received like a bunch of random requests to join the Den Facebook group, right? And I'm just like, where are they coming from? And all of the little questions like, do you follow the Den on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or whatever? And like all of the answers are always like no. And usually even if people say no, I mean for the fact that they answered, I still usually let them in. But it's just like, at first I'm like, is these some bots or these like, little like just questionable accounts, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to let a bunch of anything turn out to be some old bullshit. Because I'm just like looking at some of the profiles that are really random, and I'm like, I don't know, they're really odd, but they don't all look like bot accounts. Some of them are really questionable. And one of them answered, like one of them was like, following the link from another group, and then like another one, I think like a day or so ago, was like, here for the karaoke or something, and I was like, what? That's really fucking weird. If people are really trying to come to the Den just for the karaoke, get fucking ran out real quick. They won't make it to karaoke night. So, yes, shout out to Miss Jess Sarah. Professor,
IGGAS I said $2 knit $20 person face palming person shrugging tears of joy.
I appreciate the love. Thank you, ma'am. But you know what? And no BS, because I forgot what it was. But yeah, like I think there needs to be like a federal uniform not statute of limitations. What the fuck? Think about statutory. Like a mandatory age, like across the board, like. Because there's some places, I think, like 14, 15 in America, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think it's like between like 14 and 17. I think, but something like with parents consent. But even then, like, you got some piece of shit parents out there, right? Like, so, I don't know. I think it should be like a national thing. I think it should be like a federal issue. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You said, where the hell this kid is fishing is to explain the Discord, right? Yeah, I'll be sliding the Discord, right? And if nobody be there right after stream, I slide out, like, so I'll probably be in there a few minutes, because the other day I was in there, nobody showed up, so I dipped out. And I will attempt to do the same thing this evening. But, yeah, man, a lot of perverts, a lot of sickos out there, man, a lot of wild stuff. I'll be honest, everything else I hadn't been really paying too much attention to the news or anything like that as far as any new craziness behind any of the cases or anything else like that. I've just been like, yeah. And cause actually I got this week's topics all basically lined out. I gotta upload thumbnails and all that shit. We'll do that all this stuff, but like I said, I'm just tired. I don't know, man. At the end, the conversation has been, I don't know. It's just been a bunch of finger pointing. Like I'm at what point are we done with the finger pointing back and forth, and do we like start trying to figure out like, okay, let's make some progress in one direction or another? I'm tired of the fucking ring around the rosy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, the art button. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Plausible discourse and liability. That was hilarious. That was extremely funny. I thought that shit was excellent. Let me try to fucking push the button again. That was great. All right, so let's get to it, man. Let's open up the line. Let's take some calls. But like I said, we're talking about sex work. So should they be? Oh, I'm sorry. I've actually missed.
Here's my little sex worker money.
Oh man, I appreciate. Thank you, Miss Grace. And let me know, because I know, like I said, I know some people use Super Chat. I know some people use the Streamlabs. And I set it up because I know a lot of people tell me that they didn't care for the Streamlabs because it takes you away from the stream. It should show the stream live on the Streamlabs page now too. So if it's not showing that, y'all let me know. I think it's a difference between one of the links to where it does show it and one of them where it doesn't show it. So, but thank you, Ms. Grace. No sex worker, that's funny. But my thing is, it's just like, what happens, right? When we're talking about regrets and we're talking about being upset about things, what happens in 7-8 years when, the internet is even more fully integrated into our lives? If we're not fucking walking 5G stations ourselves, 8G by that time, and the kids are scrolling, looking up their family history for a school project, and lo and behold, here comes your mom fucking Summer Nightly or something. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a real person. I'm just making some fucking shit up. And, your fucking mom has an OnlyFans. And, she's fucking raking in the Bitcoin with her OnlyFans. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on, right? And now your child's scarred for life because you stumbled across a bunch of videos of your mom getting gangbanged on Twitter and OnlyFans. But anything right now, right, for the money, right? There's a saying, if any of you... Oh, shit. That fucking shit scared the shit out of me. Like, what the fuck was on the screen? Appreciate the 3. That shit scared the shit out of me. Fucking scared myself. But there's a saying, right? If any of you call yourselves domino players, I like to refer to it as bones, if you will. Any of you bones players know this saying that all money ain't good money, right? And so Professor Trill with all the hateration, and Heidi with the false claiming. Appreciate the love.
Here's my racist $5, you tightwads.
Man.
Left finger eyes face with rolling eyes, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Let me make sure, because I don't see the, I gotta make sure if the thing is reading it. guess I gotta widen that out. I guess that helped. But so all money ain't good money, right? And so you got these women out here doing the OnlyFans accounts and doing all that stuff, and now, yeah, they may be making money. They may be eating well. They may be doing all right, or they may just be making gas money to, who knows. Anyway, what will $40 get you? But, when their kids stumble across that, how does that impact the relationship between them and their kids? Of course they justify it. They're going to validate it. And they're going to say, well, I just had to do what I had to do, which is not the case. You did what you wanted to do and found a way to benefit yourself from it. And, now that money that you made, and a lot of these women probably are not the most adept money managers. What does it go to? Buying your kids some Jordans, they get some clothes or whatever it is now. You have this scarred, weird relationship with your children, his friends.
HWITPOWR, courtesy of Ladylicious.
It's just like, was that money really worth it? So, like I said, it's a situation where, oh shit. Appreciate the love, Broderick. White power, courtesy of Ladylicious. Yeah. Ever told y'all Ladylicious be dropping N-bombs, man. Y'all be thinking she doing. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Ladylicious is what does fucking Tariq Nasheed always say? Some bullshit when he don't know something. Anytime there's a white person involved, he call it something. Like when he really don't have no proof or no shit. Was it supposed white supremacists or suspected white supremacists or some shit like that? Yeah. Ladylicious is suspected white supremacy. That's what it is, suspected white supremacy. Yeah, that's fucking. That's Lady. I remember when he said Philip DeFranco was a suspected white supremacist. I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. Just, I could imagine Philip DeFranco and Tariq Nasheed beefing for whatever reason. It would be pure comedy. Yeah, but Ladylicious is a suspected white supremacist. That's no joke. But let's get the line open. You guys give me just a second. Let's take some calls. Let's have a good evening. What are your thoughts? Again, sex workers, should we feel bad for them? And I mean, when we're talking about sex workers, you talk about escorts, you talk about, streetwalkers, I guess, too. Cam girls, you're talking about anybody. I guess it would have to be legal, and I'm sure, walking the streets, I don't think that's legal anywhere. Hopefully not. But, people who are in this industry, again, like I say, porn stars, things like that, like, should we have a different level of empathy for them? They entertain us in different ways, and I'm speaking extremely generally. But they entertain us in different ways, right? But they put their lives, their health at risk. You talk about strippers, you talk about them being stalked by customers. We all seen Players Club, right? What happened when old buddy followed old gal home? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, old buddy who followed, what was it, Diamond home, I think that's how D-Love looks. That's like what I imagine D-Love looks like in real life. But, so my thing is, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's the thing too, right? How does that work? Like, you can pay a woman for her services as long as you record it and sell it to other people. It's like it's some type of wholesale deal, transaction, distribution. I don't know. But anyway, again, so it's like it's a crazy deal. So I want to know your thoughts. Like, how should we view sex workers? And I saw something. I don't know if it was New York or where, but they were talking about a bill being passed to offer insurance to. It was insurance. Unemployment to sex workers. Unemployment to sex workers, gig workers, people, I think, like, who do Uber and things of that nature. And, shit like that. And so, I want to know your thoughts on that. Should sex workers get unemployment? Like, are they still getting employed? Like, are they getting hit by the same problems as everybody else? Or are they making more money? But, again, want to know your thoughts? Hit that like button. Hit the like button. The like button is free. The like button will not charge you like a sex worker. And if you want to have You know, you look at it and you say, hey, wait, how do some of these people have these fancy green names and these lovely blue badges? Some folks blue, I think some badges are green. And how do they get those? And I want to be cool like those people. Well, you can become a member of the channel by hitting the join button. You hit the little dilly dally, I think the little dollar sign thing where the super chat is, and you hit join, and you become a member at any of the multiple tiers, and you can you can get those. You can get those nifty items, and you also get access to the custom emojis, which I'm going to add some more. Yeah, man. Here's my thing, right? Y'all can say what you want to. If you're around my age, okay, you see, the youth nowadays, the young folks nowadays, the young adults, y'all have the hubs and the different various sites where you can just access all kind of millions and billions of pieces of adult educational entertainment. We didn't have that variety back then. We had videotapes, if you were fortunate, and DVDs, which were basically all the same. It seemed like the same fucking scenes rehearsed. It was only like 3 actors, it seemed like. But anyway, one of those 3 actors was fucking Ron Jeremy, right? And like, he was in every flick. Like, if you were a young adult obtaining entertainment in ways that you definitely probably were not supposed to, at some point in time, you saw a Ron Jeremy flick, if not more. And you're just like, who is this motherfucker? And how does this guy get to be in fucking flicks? Like, because you used to think, like, when you were young, you used to think, like, man, being a porn star, it's like, you gotta be like a super stud, right? Like, to fucking do that, right? Like, I mean, that's just how it works. And then you see, like, this fucking guy who looks like fucking Mario, like the real life Mario brother, and he's a fucking porn star, right? So, I don't know. But now he's accused of sexual assault, and here we are. It's very unfortunate. Let's hold up the line, guys. Let me just a second. Lady Licious is a suspected white supremacist. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Greetings, Mr. Honcho. Frost here.
Mr. Frost, how you doing this evening, sir?
Good, sir. Good.
Okay. Well, what's on your mind tonight? How do you feel about sex workers, Mr. Frost?
Well, as far as sex workers go, I can't really say too many negative things about me because I'm always one to say that if it pays and it's legal, then go. If it pays and it's legal, then who am I to question your hustle? Go for it.
I agree. Okay. So, but should we have sympathy for those people who get into the sex work industry? I mean, or should they know what they're getting into and have to deal with the consequences themselves?
Well, the sympathy pretty much depends on like what type of situation that you're in. I mean, as far as the women who have been sexually assaulted, yeah, I said yeah, they do deserve our sympathy because no matter who you are or what you do, under no circumstances anybody deserves that. But as far as sympathy for sex workers as a whole, not exactly because when it comes to any industry, like the music industry, the entertainment industry, the wrestling industry, even the porno industry, you should kind of know what you're signing up to because every industry is a dirty game and it's full of mini scumbags.
I agree. Okay. So you just kind of have to do your research, do a little concept before you get into it. So what do you think about, because there's an influx of creators, we'll call them, who, created OnlyFans accounts, and, of course, the majority of them women, and you see a lot of this stuff going on. Like, how do you think that's going to impact the youth in the future, knowing that there's a lot of these women are mothers, and have kids, and they talk about it on these things. How do you think it's going to impact the children in the future, knowing that, a lot more parents are in the adult industry these days?
Well, given how well, given that it's gonna be a little tricky, especially because back in the day, it was a little easier to have because it was more the DVD, it was more the DVD, it was more just the DVD market, and parents could just hide them, and parents could just hide them for their DVD, and parents could just hide them from their kids. Although then again, that wouldn't work because most kids would go snooping, present company included. But going forward, kids, when it comes to the industry, like I said, I mean, sometimes it's really hard to hide it nowadays because like you said earlier, it's all over the internet. It's accessible anywhere. But going forward, like I said, especially when it comes to life after porn, it really shouldn't affect you that much. Of course you're gonna be on the internet forever. You're gonna be on the internet forever, but you shouldn't let that affect your future. You shouldn't let that affect your future forever.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with you because here's the thing, right? If it was me personally, I'd spin it. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if you did the porn and whatever, you go on and you move forward, you go to another job, and if your coworkers say something about it, well, it's like, well, you're the fucking pervert. You're the one watching the porn. You know what I'm saying? I was getting paid for it. You're just a pervert watching the shit. You're watching me. So then you could be like, you're the bad guy, not me. You spin it on them, you win. And so that's how I would approach everything. But I agree though. I don't think a person should be tormented, but I think there's still that stigma there. Even though I think people have embraced adult entertainment more so now I think ever than in history. But I think there's still like a negative stigma attached to it that some people find it hard to get over with. So. I don't know. Any other thoughts you got there, Mr. Frost?
Well, just a couple more notes. And as far as this whole Ron Jeremy thing, it's kind of tricky for me to know how to feel about this because it's like I said before, nobody deserves to be sexually assaulted. But given what's been going on lately about how all these women have been accusing all these men of rape lately, seeing how many accusations they are, it's really kind of hard for me to believe that. Sometimes I really believe that some of these are really just a result of scorn flames because, well, I don't doubt that most of them are. Most people are wrong. I have a hard time believing that so many men. I have a hard time believing that so many men out there, a lot of men out there are sex pests, or rather, this is the result of mostly scorn lovers. And pretty much, and like I said, what brings me to my last point is that it pretty much just to reiterate what I said earlier is that whatever you do, like I said, pretty much whatever you do, you pretty much just have to know what you're getting yourself into. Because, like I said, every industry has scumbags. You can enter something a good person, exit a good person. But pretty much, what you always got to remember is that, like I said, it's one of those things where you may enter one way, but you're gonna come out so many ways different. Thanks for the call, Honcho.
All right, Frostman, I appreciate you calling in, sir.
I'll let you.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely true. There are many areas in life that you can get caught up. You start off one way, get a little experience, it ends up a little bit differently. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hello?
Uh-oh. Hello.
Hey, it's your favorite. How you doing?
I am doing excellent now that I have heard from the lovely Miss Rashida. How are you this evening, Miss Rashida?
I'm doing good. Hey, Dan people. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Lady Licious. Hey, Miss Grace. Hey, Tria. Hey, everybody else.
Mm. Okay, okay. So, how are you this evening, Miss Rashida?
I'm doing wonderful. And how are you doing, Honcho?
I'm doing wonderful myself. So, I find it very interesting, because usually, when we hear from Miss Rashida, it's kind of later in the streams, later in the shows, after she
I
didn't.
can get through. I can't get through at the end, and you won't pick up my calls at the end.
I will
So I'm gonna
always,
be right up in the beginning.
I
I'm gonna
extend
try to be
in.
right behind this wheel.
I,
Yep,
I, I,
yep.
ex- I, I extend ins just to listen to Miss Rashida.
No,
But,
you don't. That's bullshit. I've seen you look down. See, we ain't gonna start this shit off the wrong way. But I have seen you look down at the phone when I'm calling, and then you click off and say, "Well, that's it, y'all. The end is over." Yeah, you go into all your. Well, you can catch me on Twitter and all the other kind of shit. Mhm.
is that
But
so?
anyway,
Is that so?
yeah, that's what you do.
Um, I think these are false accusations against my character. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. I have a Canadian lawyer, and
Uh,
they will be making sure.
I ain't never got her papers either. I've been waiting on her papers
They,
forever. I ain't never
my, no,
received nothing from her.
they were recommended to me by a friend. Um, So, but I find it interesting. We get to talking about the adult industry and sex workers, and Miss Rashida is one of the first callers on that evening. I just find that peculiar. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just speaking my thoughts. But what are your thoughts this evening? How do you feel about sex work? Should we have sympathy for people who work in the adult industry?
I don't understand what the sympathy for. That's a choice to work in the sex industry. You don't have to do so.
So even if they only made one movie and it ruined them for the rest of their lives, we shouldn't feel bad for them.
Like, say that again now.
So say somebody, maybe they made one movie, but it happened to be kind of popular, and they went on to be labeled with that for the rest of their lives. Should we shouldn't feel bad for them?
Feel bad for them for what?
Because people give
If
them
you supposed to
backlash
make
and
the movie, you also need the money. So hey, you got paid for it. So hey, you got to move on with your life.
yeah. But I mean, what about those people who ridicule and harass and constantly bring these kind of things up? Should they?
Well, they ass was watching the video, so they ass must have been lonely and desperate. So who can they talk about?
Okay, this is true.
How you gonna get somebody that you got to watch a porno make fun of you? You make fun of their ass. Shit, they the ones getting off of your porno. Shit. So hey,
Okay. So when is the last time you made an professional adult entertainment film?
about 22. Yeah, about 22.
Okay, okay. West Coast Productions.
It wasn't no professional production. It was just a little from, but I hope it don't ever get out. But it is what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're gonna, I'm gonna get my team on it. I got a team of researchers. Uh,
I got a team person for yours too. So
oh man,
let's do this.
you,
Yeah.
if I find mine, that well, there's
Any
that.
other bullshit you want to ask me?
Well, how's the weather been in
Did you
Chicago?
ask the last call of that?
Did I? No, I don't think that'd be
No,
right.
you saved all these special questions for when I call.
Yeah, because you special. Again, you wouldn't be my favorite otherwise. If I didn't ask these questions, right?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't want to be your favorite no more.
Mm, wow. Well, that hurt. My heart is hurt. Um.
No way. Anyway, move right along.
Okay. So what?
What did Ron Jeremy slick greasy ass do? I kind of missed that part.
Why you got to be greasy and all that?
Man, you know he's greasy, nasty. Ugh, he just look like he's tough. Yup. Yeah. Ugh.
So if Ron Jeremy hollered at you, you wouldn't show him no love?
Wait, say that again now.
I said, so if Ron Jeremy hollered at you, you wouldn't show him any love?
Hell no.
You ain't got no love for the
Would
hedgehog?
you?
What?
Would
No.
you do a gay porn over him?
No, what kind of
Okay
fucking
then.
question is that? That's like out of bounds though. That's complete. We're talking about natural human selection. You and Mr. Jeremy, and then you talk about some. I gotta be careful how you address certain things on YouTube. They be like what's it because say they came and take your whole channel. Apparently he has been accused of sexual harassment by 4 different women. I think between 2014 and
He ain't
2017.
sexually harass nobody. If you were in his presence, you know what he about. Come on, he ain't sexually harass your ass. Please.
So because
He's
he's
a porno star. What you think he want to be around you for? Say hello, how are you? No, he wants some cool chill. He wants something. Come on now, shit, stop with the bullshit.
so my thing though is like so because he's a porn star, like overly sexual behavior should be expected.
He already has a reputation for being greasy and slick and nasty. So why would you even want to be in his press? Mm-hmm. So moving right along. Now you said something about that. I said we think sex workers should get unemployed. I think if prostitution is legal in your state, then yes, you should, because you consider self-employed.
So you feel like they should be? No,
Yeah, if it's legal in your if prostitution is legal in your state, then you ain't doing nothing illegal. So yes, you should receive unemployed.
WTF Honcho. You on Molly or something, bruh. Man
Okay,
shrugging,
but, like,
medium
what
skin
about-
tone.
And because I drank a bottle of water, no, I drink whole bottles of water. Every time I drink a bottle of water, I drink a full bottle.
I think they have those poorhouses in Nevada or brothels or something where prostitution is legal, and if the ladies are getting paid and the owner paying unemployment tax, then of course.
So my thing though, like I said, is like, but so I don't know, because I think it gets sketchy. I guess
I'm so damn tired of these people still popping these damn firecrackers from Juneteenth. Goddamn, they is really getting on my nerves. Damn, wait till the 4th.
No, so you're looking at it wrong. It's not that they're popping leftover firecrackers from Juneteenth. They're warming up for the 4th.
I wanted to celebrate Juneteenth, but my family they said we're gonna wait till the 4th. See, they not as woke as I
You know what? I guess we're gonna have to uninvite y'all to the cookout. We're gonna have to y'all gonna have to turn in y'all wristbands. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay. So my thing is this though, right? So you say you feel like because Mr. Jeremy does what he does, but why do you think why do you think that there are so many other accusations? We mentioned a couple of other Hollywood entertainers who have been accused of some things. Why do you think that there is really that there are really this many instances of men harassing women in this fashion, or do you think some of it is women being able to take advantage of situations for their own benefit?
I just think it's a money situation.
Okay.
You know what? That can mean some big dollars.
Yeah, it can be depending on who you're talking about.
It's true.
Yeah, even if it's not, people they don't want to get a drug out, they don't want to get their name drug out in the media. So sometimes, they'll pay for it to go away just to get it done faster, and they may or may not be guilty.
But if somebody sexually harassed you, you jump on it right away. You don't wait 10 years later to then come back and you probably need a few dollars and say, yeah, he harassed me at 19, 2000 or 1980. Come on now, stop the bullshit.
So you don't
Your
believe a lot of these?
career doesn't go the way you want it to. Now you need a few dollars. You old, you washed
Nah,
up.
nigga,
You
it was
need
the
a
way
few
you drank
dollars,
that
and
water.
that's it. So,
Nigga, what the fuck? Fucking Professor Trill. Um,
what Professor Trill say?
no, he's just admiring how lovely you sound. When he's driving the truck late in the evenings on those lonely highway roads, that the soothing sound of your voice makes his night.
No, he probably telling me to hang up, but you go to hell, Professor Trill. I ain't ready to hang up yet. And if you feel like you want to hang my phone up, come hang it up then. So bad ass. And where Broderick is? He was talking shit the other day about how long my calls.
He's still in there talking shit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can you dial him in?
Who's Broderick?
Yeah.
If his wife will let him talk, I'll dial him in.
Huh?
I said if his old lady can let him talk, I'll dial him in.
Oh, no, never mind. I don't want no problem.
So you don't want to catch them hands. Look, I don't want to be the facilitator of any of that.
Oh, no, I'm just going to tell him to cut that bullshit out. That's all.
All right, so you still talking shit. Okay.
The den meet and greet will be held in Chaz Chop country. No passports needed. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
I didn't realize.
Either your connection is bad or
I don't know. It might be me. It might be you. It might be both of us.
Now, it can't be both of us now. That's bad.
Yeah, that's real bad. So we got to do some troubleshooting. So we got to figure out what's going down. Okay. Well, is there anything else that is on your mind, Miss Rashidi? As far as sex workers or anything pertaining to the like?
I just think that $40 for dick ain't bad. That's it. And that's all.
What? If you say so, I don't.
Hey, ladies, don't give more than $40. That's it. And that's all.
Yes, that's. I guess that play goes both ways, huh?
Just give me $40 first. That's it. Like you be going to the gas station, tell them put $5 on pump 10. Just put me $40 on pump 10.
40 on 10. That is terrible situation. Whew, that is.
Oh yeah, about the karaoke thing. I just found that was weird for somebody just to be coming looking for karaoke, and we ain't did karaoke but like once or twice. That shit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Because it was just, I thought it was very strange also because it was just like I said, it happened like last week. I started seeing just a bunch of people making requests to join. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It'd probably be Maria with all those screwed accounts.
You think Maria got pulled like that?
You know, Canadian Maria, the one that was gonna sue me and you.
Mm-hmm.
The one said she gonna whip my ass and still ain't pulled up. Yeah, yeah.
So she in Chi-Town right now? What you mean?
Yeah, I was gonna drag that bitch all up and down these streets of Chicago. But she ain't never show up, so hey, it is what it is. She knew what was good for her.
She told me she was out there. She told me she was over there on the west side.
I don't play. You show up to my house to fight, you gonna get a fight. You gonna get an ass whooping, a fight, a machete, a gun, and everything else too. So if you listen to Maria, I'm ready for you, bitch. So come on.
Well, damn.
But no, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no comment.
I got to give y'all something to listen to, anything. anything. Hey, Lady Licious, how you been doing?
No, we're not allowed to talk to Lady Licious. She grounded.
Hey, you leave my girl alone. I like Lady Licious.
Lady Licious is a suspected white supremacist.
Huh?
Lady Licious is a suspected white supremacist.
Since I called so early, I think I'm going to call back later.
Okay, I think you should.
How long I been on here now? I don't want nobody tripping. I mean, you down here 10 minutes. I really don't give a shit with nobody.
You done surpassed. You done surpassed the time limit. Now that I have conducted my audit and investigation.
That's okay. Nobody in there gonna come hang my phone up, so I ain't worried about it.
Roger said he on the way.
Pull up or you gonna shut up.
Roger said he on the way right now.
And I think y'all gonna shut up. That's it and that's all. Did you have any additional questions for me, Honcho? Because I think I'm out of things to talk about right now.
No, ma'am. I have no further questions.
Okay, well, Biden 2020 and Black Lives Matter. I'm out.
All right, Miss Rashida, I appreciate you calling this evening.
No, you don't, but you have a wonderful evening anyway.
Well, I hope the same for you too, ma'am.
Don't be calling me ma'am like I'm that old.
Wow, man. See, I'm not even gonna get started. Let me just jot this down because you just gave me another topic to add to the list of topics.
Notebook of death that you don't never get back to.
No, don't even worry about it. Just know that we will have a future topic.
That's where ideas and everything go to die in that notebook.
That's where ideas go to die. That's another topic. You get two topics now. I see them. Okay.
Got ideas and from the Kush then. How long you had that notebook?
I got too many notebooks all over the place.
Do you ever review the notebook?
I consolidate the notebooks on occasion.
Sure you. But you know what a good idea for you to do?
Then what would that be?
Is to write down the date of the idea and then write down a goal that you want to set to do the idea. That way you can be more organized.
Now you asked me to do work and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, has anybody? That's an interesting question. Has anybody seen Lady Licious since then?
You're not talking shit. I can't see that right now.
Professor Trill says you
out.
threatened him and he didn't even do anything. So why was that even necessary?
What happened now?
Professor Trill said you threatened him and he didn't even say anything. So
what Trill say? Didn't I tell Trill to shut his ass up earlier? And I hope you pulled over to the side of the road while you on the phone or listening to the den, putting everybody their life in danger with that goddamn big ass truck you out there driving. And stay away from them lot list.
That's terrible.
We talking about sex workers.
So you feel like lot lizards should get unemployment checks?
I don't know. You have to ask Trill about that. He employ a lot of them.
Okay. You got an off day. Okay, that's what's happening.
Hey, if Trill called in, don't take his call, but he gonna talk shit about me. So, yeah. That's it.
I got you.
You gonna try to start some shit.
They gotta allow the man to defend himself. That wouldn't be right. You know, if he's been attacked, he has to be allowed to properly defend himself. It's only fair.
Ain't no defend yourself.
It sounds like some bully tactics.
That's okay. I just cut the scream off when he come on. That's
It don't mean it wasn't said. But I guess that could be a proper strategy.
Well, good night, then, people. Oh, yeah, make sure you get my damn pistachio.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. I know I want the first caller, but I still want my pistachio.
I got some special pistachios just for you.
Nah, I don't want those. Just give me the regular ones, because you probably going to do something. Then like pee on them or something. I don't know. Do something. I don't want those. Just give me regular.
Pistone pistachio. I hadn't heard it all.
Pistachios. No, I don't want those. Well, I'm gone. I think I done enough this evening.
Okay. Yeah, you've been cutting up. You've been over there by the dispensary. So that's what's been going down over there with you. Yeah, you've been acting up the last couple of calls.
What's a good kind to get? So you an expert.
I don't know.
Don't say you don't know. You do know that, Daddy. What's the name of the good? Well, you can text it to me if you want to play like you don't know nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna text it to you. I gotta see what they got. I don't know what they got in selection, but I'll send you a list. I said I don't know what they got in selection, but I'll send you a list.
But the dispensary costs too much shit. I'd rather just get it from there's on the corner.
We'll have to talk about that another. We'll make that a future topic. Because there's some thoughts on that. There are definitely some thoughts on that. So we ain't gonna.
I don't know why they think they can overcharge people for some damn weed. They crazy. But anyway, yeah. Did I have anything else I wanted to say? Nope. Look, everybody's saying, "Oh, I hope she ain't got nothing else to talk about." I know that's what y'all doing, but that's what I be doing when he be asking people that same question. I hope they ain't got shit else to say.
Damn,
yeah.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, Miss Rashida, I do
Oh
appreciate.
yeah. Before I go.
Oh Lord, what happened?
Before I go, don't block me, because I think I've been getting blocked from then, because I didn't even see the Sunday night confessions in me. So yeah, don't block me no more. I think you let me in like once a week now, and that's not right.
So you saying what you're telling people is that I have one of my moderators blocked from the den.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty much.
Okay, interesting.
But look, I'm the only one that called in and talk shit. So, yeah, I would block me too, but you don't have to do that. I act better. So yeah. Well, I won't, but still. Anyway, yeah. Am I still a moderator? I don't think I saw my wrench about my name.
I think it's still there, but I think your wrench color changed. I think it turned brown because it's rusty from lack of use. Because you don't ever be in a den. You traded on us. You abandoned the wrench, left it in a pool of water.
Nah, I get put out everywhere else. This is the only place that really put me out. Well, you've been blocking me, so I don't know. On and off, so.
I've never done such a thing.
Well, I'm sure somebody else is trying to call in and talking shit about me. So, yeah, I'm gonna let you go. And is there gonna be a den tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be active for the rest of the week. We should be good to go. I have all the topics set up. I just gotta set the stream dates.
Sure you do. You know, you got some good topics in that notebook too.
Yeah, I got some stuff in this notebook. I'm gonna start using them. Saving for a rainy day. Seems like now is as good a time as any.
Yeah, you said we're going to do karaoke when?
You got to get in the Discord. We gonna do the karaoke in the Discord.
I don't want to be in the Discord and do nothing. I don't like the Discord. I like the demon. That's my home.
The Discord loves you.
I don't like the Discord.
Why not? What's wrong with the Discord?
And what happened to that movie night you was talking about in the Discord? That was a flop, wasn't it? I told you, ain't nobody want to do this shit.
Y'all ain't want to show up, man. Y'all. So I watched.
Exactly. I tried to tell you though, wasn't nobody gonna show up, but you didn't. You weren't really paying attention to what I was saying, but yeah. I knew that was gonna be a flop, but yeah.
Terrible. See, you know what it was. See, everybody said they was gonna come, but they thought you was gonna come talk during the movie. You know, so.
I told y'all I wasn't coming. Who they in the chat talking shit?
We ain't really even doing movie night, so I mean, it don't. We talked about it. I think we tested out the little thing, but it was like 2 minutes of Tremors, I think. And that's about it.
Anyway, I had cash after my donation, so make sure you put that on the board.
Okay,
Hey, how come when people cash after you don't show up on the thing?
I don't know. Because it has like, well, I mean, it's not that I don't know, but I mean, they have certain apps and things that connect to certain services, so that way that the messages and things show up. Now, I know I've seen other people take and go and put like I guess they go to their page and maybe they crop out their balance, and so that way, like when people donate, like it shows that somebody contributed, so they put like that on the page.
I'm just saying, I want my damn donation up on the screen like everybody else. Damn right, I'm on my so I don't do shit. Okay. You damn right.
Okay, well that's what I'll do. I'm gonna figure it out. So I will have it set up so that way I have a Cash App box. So that way.
Yes, I would appreciate it. Okay. And now I can wrap it up, and I think I've been on here damn near an hour, but I probably won't call you tomorrow. I can use all my minutes up. Okay, that's the lie. I probably call in tomorrow too. But, yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Good night, y'all. Good night, everybody. Good night, Trill. Good night, Phil. Good night, Broderick. Lady Delicious. Everybody.
All right, Miss Rashida.
If y'all ain't on ready to sleep.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, take care, Honcho.
All right, Miss Rashida. I appreciate you calling in and chopping it up with us this evening. Bye-bye.
Now, you keep on talking to me, so you be extending the conversation. What? I'd have said that now.
Okay.
Your best bet is on that too, right? Okay, you out. Bye.
Terrible. I did nothing. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello. Well, this is Bubba Wallace from NASCAR. We're reporting in from the pit.
Oh man, fucking Bubba, I've seen some crazy stuff going on.
I just want to say, Honcho, believe all women and believe me too.
Well, that's a terrible thing. Those are two things I don't do. The Bubba thing, and I've heard about the noose being part of the old. They said it's been a part of the cord or something like that. And I seen it, and I'm just like, I didn't know Bubba Wallace was, I guess, partially black or something like that. I had no idea that was even a thing. Like I say, it's just all of this stuff is craziness to me. But do you think that that Bubba's behind the BS?
You're a little breaking up. Did you say, do I think Bubba's behind it?
Yeah, Bubba's behind the BS. Do you believe that?
I think what he is responsible for, in my opinion, is he never saw the noose. He heard about it secondhand knowledge. As someone who is biracial with a white wife, I would assume if it bothered him that much, he'd want to know maybe some details about it. And then he went around with the Black Lives Matters on his car the day before, and then they did this big parade for him. I just feel like he milked it. And I feel that, you know, he went on TV talking about if you're the kind of person who even questions that this could be a hoax, well, we know like you have a little mind, and we know like, you know, you have bigotry in you, or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, it means we're smart. Yeah. It means we have, you know, we wait things through, we look for evidence, we determine if it passes the smell test, and we were all right.
Yeah, usually if somebody comes out and starts saying that kind of stuff, you know, I mean, why would you even bring that up? Like, I don't. We saw that with Jesse, and so that's a fair question. Okay. And like I said, I don't really know that much about Bubba. I don't know if you kind of informed on. I don't know how long he's been in NASCAR or anything like that, or if this is a way to generate some more attention, or you know, maybe this is maybe it's bigger than Bubba. Maybe this is an opportunity for some other things going on. I've seen NASCAR has been very proactive in some of the things it's done. I think they got rid of some of the flags and some things of that nature. So I don't know. But what do you feel like is of all the things that are taking place with this? What has been the strangest thing to you involving?
You're breaking up. You're cutting in and out really bad on me.
Really? Let me see something.
Heidi, you know why I'm giggling, Heidi. Stop it. It's horrible what you just wrote.
Oh, Heidi's a terrible person. No, what I'm saying is, like, of all these things that are going on, like, what is the most surprising? Like, does this surprise you at all with the Bubba situation?
With the what situation?
The Bubba situation. Are you surprised, like, with all the things that are going on? Like, does this surprise you?
I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. So am I surprised with, like, the Bubba situation and everything else that's going on?
Yes.
No. I mean, you know, they say strike while the iron's hot. I mean, right now, the blaxploitation is on steroids the past 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Anything that involves a quote unquote person of color that is coming from in a negative way from a quote unquote non-person of color, i.e. white, it's going to get super attention, and they know that the media is going to play into that. And I think a lot of people that are in Hollywood or politics have a low set of morals. And they worship the in God we trust, as in the money they worship. So I think people will take advantage of something like this. And I'm not shocked. I think it's hurting the country. It's not helping. And as I said to a friend of mine who happens to be biracial, he's black and white, I said to him that there's no fundamental change happening. The country's been going haywire for the past 2 weeks on level 9,000, and there's been no fundamental change. So, I mean, it's, in my opinion, it's a waste of time.
I agree. I think that's why I kind of went back to the point where it's like it's almost exhausting. You almost lose interest because it's just like again, like I said, it's just a bunch of yellow, a bunch of finger pointing, nothing's happening. You know, you almost just wait for everything to go back to, you know, whatever semblance of normalcy we're going to have. But yeah, I agree. I would agree with you on that. Nothing's happened. No changes have been made. Nothing beneficial, at least. A few street names, maybe.
A few street names. I mean, that's my point. Like, you know, here's my question. Like, in terms of racial equality, what has been done over the past 2 weeks that hasn't been done sparingly over the last 400 years? Nothing. I mean, we're talking about racism like every single day a black person is being hunted down, but yet homophobia has existed since the beginning of time. Sexism has existed since the beginning of time. There is literally more women in America than gay people and black people combined, but somehow every single day we talk about racism. But what about sexism? So it's just ridiculous. Like Sean King today pointed out that we should rip down statues of white Jesus because Jesus wasn't a white man. I mean, people from the Middle East technically are Caucasian. The reason why the people from the Middle East you see sometimes mixed people is because of the Tanzbar slave trade, where the Middle East Caucasians went into Eastern Africa and raped and fucked and did slavery with the black people who also joined the cahoots with them. Created a whole new language called Swahili, which is a Bantu language mixed with Arabic. So technically Jesus was white, as in Caucasian, but his issue with white supremacy is white Jesus. But the Prophet Muhammad Ali, was white. They literally referenced him as a white man 26 times in the Quran, and he owned 36 black slaves, and he felt that black people were beneath animals. And whenever he had a dream about a black woman, what it meant was that something horrible was going to happen to his land. And instead of saying, I hope this doesn't happen, he used to dream that he would push the black woman to a different country and destroy them. But nobody says cancel Islam. So it just goes to show you that there's really no race relation ground being made up with the way that people are dealing with things right now. Like I said, the best way to deal with things is to keep getting to know each other, talk, have a little bit of respect for each other, and the respect's going to come from getting to know people. But trying to see who can outbash the next race or the next gender or the next sexual orientation is not going to solve anything.
I agree. I think that's where we are. Again, like I said the other day, playing Ring Around the Rosie. It's just going in circles. Nobody's doing anything.
And to answer DeMarcus's question, yes, the Prophet Muhammad, he was called Muhammad Ali because Ali was his son-in-law's name. He is the Prophet Muhammad. He was a white man. You can go into the Quran and look it up. There's even videos on YouTube that will show you the verses within the Quran that state that. They call him a white man. His arms were white. His face was white. His stomach was white. They've referenced his whiteness 26 times. And he owned 36 black slaves.
Fucking Sarah. But yeah, I saw that crazy thing with Sean King. Again, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like we're in this world where the Sean Kings and the Dolezals of the world. Well, I don't even know. I think Sean King's 10 times worse than Rachel Dolezal. She just was living her dream. That's all it was. Sean King's trying to. I don't fucking know what the fuck he's got going on, but. It's just, you got this guy who's clearly a white guy, mad, I guess, at his whiteness or whatever, or he's just become a grifting god or whatever you want to call it. Just really pushing this narrative, and the people are really getting behind it. Like, I'm surprised people still listen to him. And, I mean, this guy comes up anytime we're talking, like you said, we're talking about race relations, this guy comes up, 9 times out of 10, and again, another motherfucker who's done nothing for anybody. But these are the people that continually get, brought into the fold, the Al Sharptons and the Jessies and, all of these guys, people who have made a career off, poverty pimping and race baiting and hustling, getting people angry, making money off people's emotions. I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't know, I'm fucking tired of I want to talk about it when some shit starts happening. Like I said, nothing fundamental has changed. And until something does, it's like, what is the point?
Yeah, well, I mean, things play out in the media or blue check marks on internet. They all play out for a reason that way, because the powers that be will give those types of people that you necessarily don't agree with a voice, and then they won't give someone like you an equal or a strong of a voice, and then people who disagree get frustrated.
So, I don't know. So what's the answer?
They're saying now there's like a class action lawsuit of black YouTubers suing YouTube saying that their channels get disproportionately canceled due to the terms and conditions about like free speech.
Interesting.
I saw it on the Tim Pool video a couple days ago, 2 days ago.
I'm just gonna join in just because. Yeah. YouTube's they're taking my free speech, so I mean, where do I get in on this thing? No, but it's like, again, like I said, it's always something. I know they had I think there was like some gay YouTubers who had something similar not that long ago. I don't know if they got anything out of it. You got to do like what's the motherfucking deal, man cave? So you got to do like, I don't know if y'all saw the Roy Wood stand up. And like he says, what the black people got to do is attach themselves to the gay movement, because gay people get shit done. And so we gotta take some notes from them to figure some shit out, because again, we ain't getting shit accomplished over here.
The LGBTQIA community recently won a huge Supreme Court victory, where the 1964 Civil Rights Act now includes sexual orientation as part of who you can't discriminate against, for an employer to discriminate against, which I don't necessarily disagree with. But I just said to myself, now they being employers, can hire a transgender black male to female man, and then and it be an immigrant, and they can cover like 5 boxes with one person.
Oh yeah, they're definitely winning. Thank God for what is it, intersectionality or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
So
intersectionality.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy shit. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, this is where we are, and it's just none of it. I wake up and I'm just like, are we still here? Is this still a dream? Is this reality? Like, what is really going on? And the thing about it is, it's only going to get worse. It can only get worse. So I don't know. I have no idea. What do you think about did you ever watch that '70s show?
I watched maybe like 5 minutes of it back in the day. That's one with Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the guy from that show supposedly raped 3 women or something like that.
Yeah. Yes, he's allegedly rapey. So that's not a good thing. Well, if you didn't watch it, it may not have the same impact. I definitely used to follow along a little bit when I was younger. But do you think that's a thing? I mean, I guess I could present the same question that I asked Ms. Rashida. Do you think that, there's a lot of allegations of sexual assault, harassment, or whatever it may be. Do you think that men are really that sexually aggressive, or do you think a lot of it is, women who are trying to use the law as a leg up?
Wait, you broke up with me. What'd you say?
I was saying, or do you think that men are really that sexually aggressive, or do you think that women use, these sexual assault, harassment charges as a way to get a leg up?
I was talking to a female friend of mine last week about something similar to this, and we were talking about the Me Too movement. And I asked her, I said, from your female friends, what did you guys think about the Me Too movement? Do you believe all women? And she said, no, we don't believe all women. We know that some women are opportunists and evil, just like men can be, too. And but she did tell me, she said, but I will say that, men are, a lot of men are disgusting pigs, and other men really don't know because they won't do it in front of their guy friends to the degree where they'll do it when they're in a room alone with her. And she was just telling me story after story after story. I think, and this is a woman that I've known for 25 years, and we share all our secrets with each other. And she was just telling me how she was a makeup artist, and also she used to write for a comedy show when she was in LA. And she would just say very rich, powerful men would she'd be sitting down writing a script for a comedy show, and then the guy would just be Joe Schmo, I just can't get over how beautiful you are, and I love you, and I know I could treat you better than your boyfriend. And then she's just and then he comes on to her, and he's look, I could buy you things, I can give you money, we should definitely fuck. She was saying get really that aggressive. And like, she was saying one time, like, she walked in the room and the guy was just masturbating. When she got up to go to the bathroom to use the bathroom, and she came back and the guy had his fucking pants down. He's masturbating while they're working. There was somebody who used to manage a very famous R&B group. I'm not going to say their name. And she was dating the son of the guy who managed the group. And the father, who was the manager, came on to my friend while she was dating his son. And he was just like, my son treats you like shit. I could treat you better, this and that. And just like, so she was telling me all these stories. So she was saying that it's true, but there's also, but she doesn't think all guys are pigs, but she said that there are a lot of guys that are pigs, and a lot of the stories are true, although there are some women who make up stories or exaggerate them.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of women saying some things, about how they're upset because more men aren't, doing this, that, or the third. But you brought up a point, like if guys aren't acting like this in front of other guys, it can be difficult to tell. But I guess, if you have a situation where there's smoke, there's fire. So if you see a lot of women saying something about a certain person, then maybe it could be a possibility.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's like anything else, whether you're talking about sexism, racism, homophobia, sexual harassment. A few stories is what molds people's opinions about the entire group, unfortunately. It's like racism. Like, yeah, it happens, but like, is there an Arbery event happening every 19 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, rape happens. Does it happen? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think people, although these are all bad things that should never happen, I think people are taking the small percentage of the times that it does happen, and they're forgetting about the 95 or 98% of the time that it doesn't happen.
I agree.
So now because 1% of men rape women, all of a sudden 99% of men are fucking animals.
Yes. That sounds about like female logic. So, okay. Well, what can men do? What do you think we as men? What is our duty in a situation where you have all these guys getting called out if they're not displaying this behavior, in front of us and we don't notice? What can we do? I mean, what can we do to be allies to our female counterparts?
You mean if like we know of a guy who's doing it?
I mean, because my thing is like, I think if I knew somebody who was doing it, I think it's easier to act on. But I don't really recall, or I can't really say that I have associates who behave in these manners. Or again, like I said, not that I would know of. I guess I wouldn't know these stories. So like, what is a man supposed to do if he doesn't know that these things are going on? Like, how can he be an ally without, that type of information?
I mean, I guess the best way to be an ally, and the same thing I usually say about everything, which is just be a good person. That's the best way to be an ally. The second best thing is if you see something, say something. And I think also for everybody, and everyone's talking about the cell phone as the greatest invention known to man. Well, videotape things, take screenshots of text messages, save your emails. Make it a purpose to communicate more via a way that has a paper trail, like a text message or an email. Like for me, when I sleep with a new woman, I record them. I tell them like I hold the phone, I record them while they're doing whatever we're doing, and they're just like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Making sure you don't hit me with a me too." And I'm like, look, I'm not going to put your face in it. I said, but I need proof that if you say I raped you, that it's not true. And they're just like, oh, well, they're like, I don't want you recording me. I said, no problem. I pull out, put my pants on. I said, all right, well, we're done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do anything you don't want to do. And they get mad, and they're like, all right, you can record me. The bottom, so. I try to be respectful. Like, look, I don't want to put your face in it. I'm not going to put your face in it. It's just strictly for me and my eyes only. To cover my fucking ass. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if they don't want it, I respectfully say, no problem. go on your way. I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do. And I think all men should do that. The problem with most men is they don't have dick control. You know, when they're in the middle of their stroke and she says, "No, I don't want you recording me," they can't stop. Me, I got no problem, pull right out. Because you know why? Because I'd rather be able to bang the next girl willingly than to go to jail and not have any pussy for the next 20 years because of a false rape claim.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right. My phone. Sarah said, "Ben, your phone died." Oh my God, could you imagine?
Keep
Always.
keep it portable.
But I think I think the best thing to do is just without being too cliche or corny about it, just be a good person. If you see something, call it out. If you're a father or a mother and you have a son or a daughter, just have have a conversation with them. Like you're not going to agree with everyone in this world. You're not going to like everyone in this world, but there's be a certain level of respect you show everyone. If you don't believe someone, you don't have to just get in their face and be nasty about it. But just it's like I think this parenting. That's what we need. Parenting 101. That's what this whole world needs.
Yeah, definitely. Some level of standard parenting classes would definitely be nice. So I think we've got to the point where you have so many kids having kids. I think a lot of us got lost in throughout the generations, and now you just got all kind of crazy shit going on and people accepting anything.
Yeah, well, isn't there a bunch of people saying that the apocalypse is coming or something like that?
Yeah. The Mayans I think got it wrong, and so now it's supposed to be like this week, I think, or something that the world's supposed to end. I mean, it makes more sense now than it did around 2012. I will say that because everything's gone to shit right now. 2012, I don't know if it was as bad. I know it wasn't as bad as now. I don't know how much of it was media hype, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I know that I've gone over the 8-minute mark. So I want to be respectful to the other members of the den. I don't want to be accused of forcing my white privilege on you, Honcho.
No, man. As soon as you got on the phone, you were forcing white privilege. You were accused. As soon as they heard the voice, you were accused, John. No
but
escape.
it's okay, Dan. I washed Honcho's feet yesterday, so he's giving me an extra 10 minutes tonight.
You wouldn't be alive to tell the tales if that was the case. That's definitely something. I don't even want to wash my own damn feet, much less have somebody else do it. I think that's crazy shit. That's fucking ridiculous. What do you get out of that? Like, what does somebody get out of having somebody wash their feet? I don't fucking know. But it's fucking crazy shit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they feel rewarded. Maybe that's their they can live to tell that story. I had some white people wash my feet. It was glorious. I don't know. I don't know. Do white people wash their feet differently than black people? I mean, is there what is the special benefit? I'm sure there's some type of biblical association or something that they're trying to get out of it. But I mean, let's be realistic.
It's just a whole lot of show and no fundamental change. Washing people's feet, kissing people's feet. Some white guy, Serena Williams' husband, stepping aside so a black person can have the job.
That's fucking crazy.
But meanwhile, he's probably going to pay them a fraction. He's going to pay them a fraction of what he was paying himself, but nobody will report that. I mean, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's just, anyway. But I love you, Honcho. God bless you. I can't wait to see you in 2021.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to get out of 2020. But I love you too, Mr. John, my favorite New Yorker, and it's always good to hear from you, sir. And, yeah. So as soon as we get out of the 2020, I think everybody who survives 2020, good things are coming. I mean, it has to be better than the bullshit that's going on, because it's a lot of crazy nonsense happening.
You never know, but good night, Honcho, and good night then, folks.
All right. Good night, John, man. I appreciate the call.
Yep, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Somebody did say that earlier. I think we were in the sauce Discord. Somebody said, it can't get rid of shit. It can always fucking get worse. That's one thing that's fucking guaranteed. It can always get worse. Yeah. So Where is? I think. Oh yeah. So a couple things, right? So, fucking Xbox, right? Yes, and appreciate the love. Shout out to Just Sarah. The dead meet and greet. That'll be a terrible, terrible situation. So, Mixer Crew, I got some bad news, right? I don't know, yeah, for like, what? Doesn't matter. You barely do Mixer Crew anyway. But, got some bad news, Mixer Crew. Apparently, Microsoft is getting rid of Mixer, I think, coming up July. I think like a month. I think it's like a month, maybe like middle of July, something like that, maybe sooner. And it's terrible because I thought it was a great service, and it's going away. And so, since they're getting rid of it, I guess the only thing to do is to utilize the little time it has left and have a couple of good Mixer crews before it's completely decimated, like the good old days. So I figured out we may have one or two here and there throughout the week, and I'll definitely try to be on top of it for the weekends, because I know I know the good old memories of the Mixer. You know, I got called a fucking tosser by some 8-year-old kid from England. It was a beautiful thing. You know, just some very, very interesting conversations that took place. I think that's where we first found out that Maria G was white. You know, just a lot of interesting conversations that took place. Some very late nights that took place in the Mixer. So, yeah, we'll have to active the Mixer a little bit before it's gone forever. I don't think that I'll be becoming a Twitch streamer at all. I don't think I'll last that long on Twitch. Twitch seems like it's a very volatile place, and you know, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't think I'll make it very long. Fatty McButterpants. What the hell? What? That's the best fucking level. Fuck up the sniper. I got decent at that stage. I played it fucking 132,000 fucking times. Now the fucking Asian stage is where I get to really fucking it up. In the Russian stage, I definitely stink. But yeah, man, I might get on Mixer Crew later tonight while I ramble on in the Discord. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So, but just thought I'd mention that for those. Oh, I missed the thing. Hold on. I just saw a couple of text messages. I guess they didn't show up when I first had the dilly-dally. But, yeah, so there's that. It's a sad state of affairs. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think, oh yeah, speaking of OnlyFans, I was talking about people. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I tried to do it, right? Because I was going to do the certain streams. But one, they're definitely on hiatus for now because I got fat as shit. I put on fucking a bunch of weight. I put on a bunch of weight during this whole quarantine post vacation situation. But yeah, when I tried to sign up, it was like some issue. Like it kept fucking up. Like I couldn't. Like it wouldn't let me do some fucking thing. And I tried to like go through whatever their little customer service or whatever you call it, technical support. They couldn't fucking fix the shit. Just fill this in. I would do the shit it would never save. So, okay, I think it's time to trim my nose hairs. But yeah, so it never saves. So I just said fuck it, and then I stopped fucking with it. But I'll look back at it and see if I can do it. You have to weigh under 250 to sign up. Yeah, I definitely can't sign up. I got a ways to go. But if that was the truth, they'd probably be missing a lot of OnlyFans creators right now. So there's that. Mixer sleep medicine. Nah, stop the nonsense. Mixer's for the gangsters. You know, you just you just passed your prime. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hang around that time. But yeah, so the mixer is going down. You know, there used to be some good memories there of Human Fall Flats with Shaq Kush. And he probably did something illegal on that game, live on a mixer stream. So if you were there, well, then you know. If you weren't there, then it's nothing to talk about. And then, Tommy farted and blamed it on Scotty when we were fucking playing PUBG. That right there. Then fucking Dr. Rabbit had saved it to the fucking thing. I gotta go back and see if it's still on there. If it's still on your Instagram. That was a terrible, 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 terrible thing. But it was funny as shit. So the mixer had like a lot of very interesting events, man. You know what I'm saying? So today was Christian's birthday, actually. Well, yeah. So, yeah, bro, you're stretching it. You're stretching it. I would give you the first one. After that, they're just not hitting. Hey, did I see Misty in here earlier? Or was I tripping? Where's Misty at? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, Hunter? This is your boy Man Up here.
Man Up. What's the motherfucking deal, Mr. Man Up? How you doing this evening, Man Up?
I can't complain. How you feeling today?
Man, pretty good. No complaints on my end. So, you know, how do you feel about sex workers, Man Up? Should we have sympathy for them, you know, after they've retired and, you know, they still have to deal with some of the stuff from the industry?
First, let me say this. You're cutting out after every other word you say. I can tell you something.
I gotta figure out what's going on.
I don't know if it's on my...
It's gotta be something going on my end, because I was thinking if multiple people are saying it has to be something happening on my side, so I have to figure out what it is.
Well, I heard you say something about how I feel about sex workers. I did catch that part. That was funny. When your topic came up on my phone, I remember I was asking my wife, and I was like, did you feel sorry for sex workers? She said, no. And I was like, I don't either, really. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you could be doing to make money. So, people choose to do those things like those OnlyFans accounts that you hear about so much, and the adult film industry and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. That's something you choose to do, man. When there's a whole other world out there, so I don't feel sorry for you. You doing that crap. Mm. Okay. No.
Well, what about the kids? Because, you know, a lot of people that are doing this, you know, without regard, you know, for their children. And, you know, we know the kids are on the internet super heavy. You know, what happens when these children, you know, they get older and they see that, hey, you know, mama was doing some crazy stuff. Or even both my parents, you see couples doing it too. You know, and they found out their parents were doing crazy stuff. You know, how do you think that impacts the children, you know, in the future?
Damn, I ain't gonna lie, man. You couldn't out every other word. I didn't understand.
Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on here. I wonder.
Can you say that one more time?
I said, well, how do you think that these people who are making these accounts, how do you think that will impact their children?
Man, I don't want to I want you to repeat yourself. All I heard was, how do you feel? That's all I heard.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I don't want you to repeat yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm saying, I'm trying to say, do you think it'll have an impact on the kids of these people?
I think it have impact on kids.
Yeah, the people's kids who are making these OnlyFans accounts.
Oh, I got you now. I heard you now. All right. Yeah. Well, that's a tricky one. Yes, in the long run, I'm gonna say it does have an effect on them. And the reason why I'm putting it like that is because, yeah, you want to mold a child's mind in the right way. And, of course, you're not going to be able to have it. Kids are going to see it one way or another. Just think about when we were kids, we saw a lot of stuff we weren't supposed to, you know what I mean? And, you don't want to see your family, doing some crazy stuff like that. That's going to mess their head up. So, at the end of the day, I guess what I'm saying is that there's still a better way to go about things. I mean, there was a lot of people that, in these top companies, that became pizza delivery, people that, they still had to bring something in the house. Something's always better than nothing. People just want to get that quick buck because it's exciting or it's a lot of money they haven't seen before, whatever the case is, and they just want to go buy, they just want to use that, hey, I made $5,000 in one day. You know what I'm saying? Some whatever, nonsense like that. So I think that you people are just using it as excuses, just using it as an excuse when you don't have to do stuff like that. So do I think it's going to affect the kids? Yes, of course. It's going to affect them in the long run.
Okay. And I definitely have to agree with you on that, because the society we live in, these kids, I don't think people, again, like I say, think long term. And again, like I say, the way things will be accessible, in the near future, these kids will definitely be impacted. And some of these people are going to be scarred. It's not funny, but I can only imagine, back when we were younger, it used to be a tragedy if you walked in on your parents or something like that. People would think it would be crazy. Like, if you know that your parents put themselves out there for the whole internet to see, and it's not just you, your friends, or something. I can only imagine kids in high school or junior high now, or in the near future, after they find out their parents put stuff out, like, the ridicule or the shit that these kids are going to go through, especially in this day and age, it can be very unfortunate. So, we'll see.
I put it like this: you want to see my sister doing that like that, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't want to see my mom,
The Den
my dad,
sex line number is on the screen. It's $1.99 per minute.
I don't.
If the cam is on, it's $3.99 per minute. Tongue out, starstruck, shush, and face eyes, tears of joy, tears of joy.
You just think about it right now. And I get it. We was all in that situation. I was too once before, so I can't sit here and say, that was never me, because it was. But I never did no crap like this, though. And there were times that I was extremely desperate, what I'm saying? I needed to make that quick extra buck, what I'm saying? But I never did nothing crazy like this. Putting myself out there for the whole world to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I made some dumb mistakes. I made some dumb choices. But I never did nothing like this. So at the end of the day, we all make these excuses and we try to make it seem logical in our own head. And then we get mad when the world don't see that same logic that we see. You know what I'm saying? But when you go for a job or something, hey, put it like this. There's been plenty of times on my job that my boss had looked up people's Facebook account, their Twitter account, just to see what they're doing, and there's been plenty of times that they didn't get hired because of what you on there doing. Yeah. So we all make those decisions. We have to live with them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, your actions will have consequences, no matter whether they may be good, whether they may be bad. There will be consequences. So I don't think people think about that. Like you said, they just thinking about only the benefits or the possible benefits, and not thinking about the other things that are impacted by those actions.
Yep. And so I just live like this, man. Yeah, in this time of need, yeah, in these trying times right now, yeah, we all need to make a buck, you know what I'm saying, to try to survive. But you do got to think about it. When times get back, when things start getting back to normal, I guess you say, how you going to explain it to your boss when, you know, something end up happening and somebody try to, I don't know, anything could happen. So when somebody see you out there in the world like that, how you going to explain that to your boss? They're going to look at this as a negativity they don't want in their company. And so you got to come to that decision. You know, you got to think long and hard about things that you do, and don't just think about the kids you putting money.
Correct.
So that's all. You know, and I think that's just the end of it, because you're gonna leave that legacy behind for your kids, and your kids are gonna see that. I don't care if you do decide to change your life around, which can be a good thing, but at the end of the day, you made those decisions, and then it can bite you in the ass. I'm speaking through life experiences, you know what I'm saying, because I've been down that road, made horrible decisions, and I'm still paying for it to this day. So that's how I'm able to speak, you know, through experience.
Yeah, I think experience is definitely the best teacher. You know, I don't think you learn lessons as well through any other method than experience. And sometimes it's not always fun, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, man. I don't know if I went over my time limit, but, I missed most of the thing because, you know, me and my wife were sitting there, you know, spending time together. She fell asleep on me, so I said I'm going to give Honcho a call.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling, man, and sharing your thoughts with us this evening. I'm going to figure out what's going on with this line because, I need to be able to make sure y'all can hear me, so that definitely helps. But I appreciate the call there, Mr. Man.
All right, you're good with that. See you later.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on, why the line is acting crazy. But what we'll do is that'll be the last call for the evening, and we'll chop it up for a couple more minutes, and then get ready to wrap it up. That's what we'll do that. But take these off my ears too. But you know, and shout out to Miss Rashid. I know she said she wanted to be recognized. Yes. Thank you for the den support via the Cash App. So thank you to Miss Rashid. So I don't know, maybe I'll figure out a little thing and put it in a little corner. So I've seen some people do that. But again, you know, I like to where y'all can be able to, you know, get your messages and things like that. Seeing like Just Sarah, appreciate the love. Advertise the den, sex love. That's what I'm gonna do next. You know. You gotta get creative, right? You gotta start multitasking. The reason why I was asking about Sympathy for Sex Workers because I'm gonna open up the Den Show sex hotline, and I'm gonna be a vocal sex worker. So you know, if you guys will have sympathy for me after the line is done, then you know, there we go. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Heidi, well, you know, you're here, so there's that. All right, John, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate the call. But this is what I'm thinking, right? You know, after the dens, we get into the Discord and we have random talks. Or this is generally what happens, right? I'll slide in the Discord after the den. If nobody's there, like after 4 or 5 minutes, I know it's being a dickhead. Like if it's a night and I'm tired, I fucking dip. So I know people be like, well, where's Honcho? Well, I've actually been in there and then nobody be there for a few minutes before they come in, so I'll leave out. But, you know, just depending. I may slide into the mixer for a little bit this evening. And we'll see what's happening. Fucking hungry, man. Let's see what's open. So, again, you know, oh man, it'll be very sympathetic. All right, well, that'll work. But aside from that, man, like I said, it's just, you know, like I said, I'll slide in the mix a little bit, have the Discord open on the side, so that way it can be active in both. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on the mixer. It depends. I got some studying I need to do, but we'll see. Well, maybe we'll do something special on the weekend, like actually spend some time. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Stop acting like a baby. Make yourself still and go forward. All right. I got you, Kleindienst. Yeah. I did. I was just like fucking 4 this morning. So we'll see. But did he? I don't know. I'm sure he probably did right when he. Never mind. So, anywho, till some guy whispered sex stuff. Yeah, there's been some other weird conversations going on in that Discord. Some of them I just gotta dip out. But Columbus and Napoleon, all heroes. I don't know about Columbus's eating habits. Napoleon, well, he was deficient. That's why he was so short. I mean, all great men, of course, in the context of history, right? But here's the deal. I fucks with y'all, man. Then fuck, I really do. I thank y'all for being a part of this community. I thank y'all for just, like I said, showing up each and every evening. I'm gonna give me a good schedule and actually get some real fucking sleeping. Like, I actually went to sleep at a relatively decent time last night, earlier than I normally do. And still just got up fucking extra. Like, so the extra couple hours I would have gotten in sleep, I just woke up earlier instead. And now I feel like an asshole. But, it is what it is. So, but I'm trying to produce. I appreciate y'all being here. I thank y'all for the privilege to get to chop it up with y'all. But it's my pleasure, and again, it's my honor to get to chop it up with y'all every night. Roll the basketball into the shit. Oh my goodness. Terrible, terrible. But I think y'all are awesome people, and I'll catch y'all on the Discord, man. If y'all ain't got the link to the Discord by now, I don't know. I ain't giving y'all a link to the Discord no more, goddamn it. If y'all ain't got the link, goddamn it, it's in the description below somewhere. But I'll see y'all in the Discord. If y'all ain't in there, after a while, I'm going to go to sleep on y'all ass. But, so you'll produce. Y'all ain't got to go home. Y'all have been invited to the Discord, but y'all got to get the fuck out of here. Ed Honcho HTX, Instagram, Twitter, then show live on Facebook. I'm out.